Hi guys, welcome to Table 10, our knitting podcast. We will be your host today. My name is Renee.
I'm Rachel, and this is episode 49.
Welcome to episode 49. Guys, we are one episode away from episode 50, which is so cool.
You know what the other cool thing is? I think we're 1 or 2 episodes away from our 1-year anniversary.
Hey! Okay, we are 2 sisters from the Pittsburgh area that like to sit around our table on the internet every Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time and chat about fiber arts, knitting, yarn, whatever adventure we're into the current week. And boy, are we into one today. What else are we going to talk about today, Rach?
Hey, remember that tooth? That tooth I had to get extracted? I got it extracted, FYI. It was 100 times worse than I expected it to be. And I'm a little bit not over it yet. So if I'm not talking a lot today, it's because there is a gaping hole back here in my jaw.
I know.
Also, they called it surgery, and he 100% wrenched that thing out of my mouth. Nothing surgical about it.
Oh, I would have wanted to be put to sleep just so that I didn't have to hear it.
You can put this, well, okay. So,
hey,
it's Christmas.
Go on Do Not Disturb.
I was on Do Not Disturb. Oh. I accidentally unlocked my phone and apparently it was just playing Christmas music. He offered to put me to sleep, but he did not tell me about the sounds. He said, would you like the pinches or would you like to be put to sleep? And I said,
sleep.
Is there something else? Do you have something else? And he said, not really, you have to pick one. But I had driven myself, so there was no option. I was getting the pinches or I was going to have to come back another day, which I did not want to do. So.
And also, you weren't even, I wasn't convinced she was getting her tooth pulled. They said we're going to have a consultation. And then after that consultation, it will determine if you're getting your tooth
correct,
extracted.
But apparently they meant that day.
Because you're on some medications that I thought they're not going to do that while she's on those medications.
They didn't care at all. Anyhow. So I said, well, I guess I'll take the pinches. And to their credit, the pinches were not nearly as bad as I remember. The last time that I got Novocaine in my mouth, I was young. I was like a kid getting a cavity, and it was the most dramatic thing. And it still wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. And he gave me like 2 quick ones and then let those sink in and then like did the rest because it was like mostly numb. And then he took the dentist version of pliers and just wrenched that thing out of my mouth. And he said then, once it was too late, because he had like had a spoon holding my cheek back and the wrench in my mouth, he said, most people like to be put to sleep because they don't like the sounds. And I was like, the sounds that you didn't tell me was going to happen. Right.
Oh, that's cringeworthy.
And I don't know what part of getting a piece of your body ripped out. My brain didn't think this would be traumatic, but I really did not. I was shocked when first I thought this wasn't that bad because I was still numb all day. I was like, not that bad. See, this is great. And then that Novocaine wore off at about 7 o'clock at night, and I was laying on the couch with an ice pack on my head, and I was kind of
part of your body.
I was kind of done. It's kind of done. It was a real rough 24 hours.
Oh, Rachel.
So today I'm going to try to just make it through with Tylenol because I can't take ibuprofen because of the medicine I'm on. So we're going to try it with Tylenol. They did give me a narcotic pain pill, but I really don't enjoy it. I just slept all day yesterday. That was all I could do.
What's technically a narcotic?
What?
You made it sound like you got it on the street.
When no, I got it from the pharmacy.
Like an opioid.
Yeah, but it's mixed with Tylenol.
Okay.
So the problem there is that if I try to tough it out with Tylenol, I really have to tough it out until the Tylenol wears off because the medicine has Tylenol included. So I will overdose the Tylenol. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here we go.
What are we talking about today, Rach?
We're probably going to talk about how I've done no productive things this week. All of you people that think I knit so fast and I'm so productive, you're really in for a treat today. I've done nothing.
You've done a lot. Your body is healing.
Yeah, well, I haven't. Other than that, let's see. We can talk about the regular things we talk about.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell you about our weekend. We had a really good weekend.
We did.
And then some upcoming things. We kicked off a make-along this weekend. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
I bought some stuff. We can show you that. Looks like Renee bought some stuff. I see some goodies on that side of the table.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll probably complain again about my mouth.
That's okay. You complain away, girl.
I'm not in the mood anymore. I just am sore.
Hey, what are we wearing today?
Today I'm wearing my Moon and Yarn craft room shirt. I had all intentions of changing out of this because Renee and I have embarked on an activity. We'll tell you about that. And I was going to wear this for the activity and then change, but it turns out that the activity was hot. And I'm still like hot. So it's just got to be a t-shirt today. But this is Comfort Colors. Bree prints her shop t-shirts on in Comfort Colors. And this is 3XL. 3XL is the size that basically does not touch my body. So I wear it with leggings. And if I want to wear it with jeans, I wear 2XL and I cut them. And I still have to show you guys that. I will.
And if it's your first time to the channel, Moon and Yarn Craft Room is our local yarn store. I'm wearing Brown Dog Clay earrings. Okay. These are the ones that are very frequent on the channel. I bought them at Farmer's Daughter Fibers when we were in Montana at the Makers in the Big Sky Retreat. If you would like some, they sell them on their website. And also Brown Dog Clay has an Etsy storefront. It was linked in last week, so we'll leave that link in for this week.
I bought a couple pair.
Oh, yay. And
I influenced myself.
Okay, the episode where we were in New York for Vogue Knitting Live, and I was like, hey, I had to do an arts and crafts project the night before we left. So I was up until like 2 in the morning mending a pair of jeans. And remember, I went looking around my house for denim, non-stretch denim that I could harvest, that I could like use to mend the hole in my jeans so that I could wear them that weekend, which I didn't actually end up wearing, but I do wear them and I do love them. Here's the shirt that I whacked off this was like a full length, sorry for the belly button. This was a full length shirt and I had been wanting one cropped, but I just never did it. So I went into my closet and I cropped it.
I'm not going to be able to hear you because this microphone's not good.
I went into my closet and I cropped it.
Well, they already saw it. They didn't hear you.
Well, I was going to edit it.
Oh.
I'm just going to leave it in now.
Yeah, just do the talking again. Are we done with the talking?
No. I can't remember where I was.
I'm sorry. I went into my closet and I cropped it. That's what you were saying.
I went into my closet. I have a ton of, when I go, okay, so I got this out of a Goodwill bin, this shirt. Really cute. This person must have really appreciated denim because I got a denim skirt of theirs that like buttons all the way up the front and it's high-waisted. And I got this shirt. And I know that this person had the collection of denim because it has their name written on the back of it, Harriet, on the skirt as well. So this one wasn't as oversized as I normally
like. Did it
like
look
mine.
like a set? Was it like matchy-matchy?
No. This shirt isn't as oversized as I normally like my oversized button-ups that I dig out of the Goodwill bins. So I cropped it and I thought, yeah, my little Goodwill find. Jeans and a tank top. I put this on because of the activity that Rachel and I are doing. If I got hot, I could just pull this off. Or if things got messy, I could pull this off and didn't have to worry about getting a knit item dirty.
We had to open windows down there because it was steamy.
What are we doing?
Tell them what we're doing?
Yeah.
We are scouring a raw fleece. When we were in New York, we were having brunch with Tashi from Stitches and Starlight, Mia from Knit and Grace, and Andrea from the Knitting Petite. And we were all sitting at this very nice little like cafe having brunch. And Tashi was saying that they had bought a fleece, and they buy a fleece every year from a farm in New York. But for some reason, last year they bought the whole fleece when usually they buy half a fleece. And they were like, oh, I'd really like to get rid of half of that fleece. And I did not know one single thing about this fleece. And I was like, I'll take it. And Renee, from 2 seats down, who barely even knew what we were talking about, was like, me too. Me too. So Tashi split the fleece and sent it to us, and we are going to try to scour it today.
The fleece's name is Yahtzee. It is a Ramble CVM Cotswold cross, and it is like a very dark gray.
It's from Nystock Farms
in New York.
Yeah. To scour a fleece, the water has to be at 140 degrees at least. And we're trying to do this in my laundry room, which is like a not huge area. So running the tap at, well, last night I ran the tap and I measured it, said 142. I was like, great. This morning, 138. A disappointment. Where did the 4 degrees go? But anyhow, even at 138 degrees, running that tap was making it warm in that room.
Do the boys shower in the morning?
No.
Huh. That is weird.
Maybe it's because the hot water tank has just been sitting there overnight and it hasn't been freshly heated. I don't know how any of that works. But we got the tea kettle. And we were going to boil a little bit of water just to bring it up to temp. But in the meantime, we melted the buckets we were using. So Renee filled this bucket up and then she took it out of the sink. And I was like, oh, what happened? And she's like, oh, I just like, splashed a little
hole in it.
And she was like wiping it up and it wasn't wiping.
More. So much water.
And then right in the middle, like the very center of the bucket, just a hole. I could see my ceramic tile through it. So my husband has to bring us new buckets on his way home from work. Yeah. And then we'll continue. We're filming it. You can see it later.
Not currently. Rachel really wanted to film this and I was like, I don't want to.
Why not?
So we finally, I don't want to edit it.
No, I said I would edit it.
Yeah,
I'll
that was
edit
our concession.
And Renee's gonna have to do most of the talking because once we get done with this today, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, this might be quick.
Yeah, quick.
Okay, have you finished anything?
I
actually wait. Do you want to do that or our weekend?
I don't care.
I was there in the weekend, so if your mouth fails, at least I can speak more to the weekend. I cannot speak about your projects.
That didn't help me make any decision.
Projects first.
Okay. I have finished no knitting, but I have a lot of spinning to show you. What have you finished?
That's my belly.
Yeah, that's your belly.
I finished one thing.
Well, let's see it.
Okay. This is my Farmer's Daughter Fiber Sock Squad. My goal is to complete one sock project every month with the sock squad. And we'll see. But when we were sitting here on the last podcast, our goal was to have this completed. Get the second sock on, get it off the needles. So this, I think, is my first sock. Yes. This is the Seafarer sock. It's a pattern out of Summer Lee's The Sock Project book, and it's an all-over cable sock. Okay. Now, this sock squad colorway is called Ember Heart, and I did not use the mini. Rachel has the mini stashed here. Both colors are beautiful. I love both colors, but I really just wanted a simple monochromatic all over cable moment. So I went with saving my mini for a future month, and let's talk about what I did here. So modifications from the pattern. I knit a 1/4 inch longer in the cuff, not on purpose, just because I was going, and then another 1/4 inch in the leg. And then for the heel flap, I knit mine to 2.5 inches and then decreased out however many extra stitches that meant that I needed to pick up to get to my required stitch count after you decrease those gusset stitches out. And the cuff is a half twisted rib where you knit through the back loop of your knits and then purl like regular. Okay.
Is that a modification or that's the way that
that's the pattern? Now, I cast on the size medium, and this I think is my first sock. Yeah. Okay, here's my first sock, and I am a tight knitter. We talked about this last week.
Then you can talk.
talked about this last week. Can you see how there's a couple bumpy parts right at the top of that cuff? Right there. Yes. That is me not keeping even tension on my cast on because I was doing it no technical way other than feel, vibes.
You were just trying to be loose.
Yes. And while I was casting it on with a long tail cast on, I could tell myself, oh, that one was big, but I didn't want to go back because I was trying to cast them on late at night. This one, because you guys told me that you cast on with 2 needles, you cast on over 2 needles, that makes it evenly loose, and then just slip the extra needle out before you start knitting. Look how much nicer that looks. Doesn't that look nice?
Yes.
So I'll be doing that forever.
Oh.
And in the comments, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those things that people do, and I guess they don't even think to talk about it.
Oh.
Until somebody says, look at my wonky cast on. So I'm really,
That was
really
a
happy
great
about
tip.
those. They fit great.
This was it equally as loose as this? Or?
Like getting it over my foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm a tight knitter, I talked about this last week. I do everything tight just because that's how my hands move. I'm not trying to do it. That's just what happens naturally. It's harder for me to loosen up my stitches and my cast on because then I'm fighting my body. So I do like to have the tools to work with how I naturally knit. So the double needle cast on was really, really nice. They fit really well. I'm happy that I elongated that heel. I elongated the heel because I have a high arch height instep, and a heel flapping gusset sock, if I knit it to pattern, typically, I think for my size, it was a 2-inch heel flap. I needed that extra half inch because across, across the top of my foot, right where like the bend of my foot happens, the top of the sock will look like this, right in that area. And then by the time it gets like towards my toes, it will look like this. I don't like looking down the foot and seeing like,
yeah, it's like distorted.
And I don't like how it feels either. So these are great. That's my lesson learned from the 2 needle cast on. I really like that. They're not blocked yet, so I'll block them. And that's my, did I update
That's your finished object?
Did I update this? No, so I'll have to say, I think I had the second sock on and off my needles in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it went quicker. Because
I wasn't working on any other things. I was just working on that. But the first sock was on my needles for, what's that, 15 days?
Yeah, looks like.
And then here's the journal that it comes with it. And that was on their bighorn sock base. Where's yours? You were working on yours.
I am. It's
it's a whip. Sorry. Okay.
Do you want to do whips?
Oh, one more thing, because I see it in here. I cabled with the Coco Knits metal cable needle. It's magnetic. It will go into a maker's board, the Coco Knits maker's board, and it's a US 2. I knit these Magic Loop US 1 or a 2.25 millimeter. I was worried that this was going to be too big, but it was not. It's working perfectly fine. The only thing that I wish that this was pointier.
Like your Chiago.
Do they make a cable needle?
Chiago?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I keep thinking that I want to search that, but
I've never seen one.
This is sharp. It's just not as sharp.
You should send them a message and ask them to make one.
Right? That could be easy.
Or do the Haya people with their sharps make one?
I don't know, but that's what I need. I'll write that down on my to-do list. Yeah, because you're passing them back and forth.
Yes.
And
especially, well, yeah, you don't want your cable needle to be blunter.
And I'm a tight knitter, so to get this, which is pointy but not as pointy,
right,
in to pick up those stitches,
right.
It was a little. It could have been better.
Could have been better.
Yeah. Okay, that's my one finish.
Okay. Well, then let's do whips because I'll talk about my socks.
Whips.
All right. Here is my second. Get ready. You're gonna be so impressed. My second sock squad sock. Ready?
Ready.
There she is. So if you watched last week, maybe you'll remember that I was in a mood. I was in a mood about almost everything in in my day. I didn't want to cast this sock on. That was the stumbling block for this. I just didn't want to cast it on. And then I'm knitting a sweater. I had messed up the collar. That was making me grumpy. Anyhow, one of our friends asked in a group chat if we had cast these socks on, because we made a Whip Wednesday last week and said we were going to cast the socks on. And then I was like, oh no, I haven't done that. So I did it. And I did do the 2 needle trick too, just to try it.
Yeah.
And, oh, okay. That's the pattern. Sorry. The Oxbow sock by Andrea Mowry. It's a little quarter sock, and it's all over texture except for the bottom of your foot. That pattern is actually written for fingering or sport weight, which is very nice. I'm following the fingering weight in the size. I think it's 3. We'll have to check my Ravelry.
Okay.
But anyhow, so when I did do the 2 needle cast on, and I do think that that's nice and stretchy, but you know, I'm a magic looper. And so your needles are like this and you've cast it on. And then I went like this, like magic loop. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do now? Like, because that was not right to cast on. You had to pull it backwards out so that all your stitches were on.
Yeah.
So then I stared at it for like a good minute and I was like, did I do it wrong? But no, you have to, it was scary. I found it scary. The magic loop part of my brain said, if you pull it this way, all your stitches will fly off.
Hey, isn't it funny that you're like at home, safe in your own house?
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, do I really pull it this way? You really do. You pull it out the way that feels like your stitches will fall off, but they don't fall off. But it did make this edge really stretchy, and still it looks so neat.
It does. It does.
It looks just as neat as my other one that is, I mean, it's kind of tight. It's never really bothered me, but I do find this more comfortable. So
I don't like to have to work to get it over my foot, my heel.
I just thought that was part of knitting socks.
Oh, no. And I also don't like, there's a part of me, I know it's not going to happen, but it makes me feel like I'm going to pop the yarn.
Oh, I mean, it could, I guess
yeah.
it could happen. Okay, so I got this far. The cuff is done. You can't see it, but the cuff is only an inch. So the cuff is like here. And I've done about maybe 6 rows of the texture pattern. There's no reason that that's not finished, except for I started something else in my mood that was a little bit more engaging to me. So
that yarn is so pretty.
it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. And I still look at tons.
Yeah.
Because a little shorty sock doesn't take nearly as much.
I didn't bring the scale up. That's my job. I need to bring that back up.
Well, we still may need it downstairs.
But I think that I used more than half of my yarn.
Okay.
Because I was like, I can do 2 pairs of these socks. And I put it on the scale and I was like, no, actually I can't.
Do you think
it'd have to be even
like
shorter.
Like a real
or
shorty?
Or pop the mini in for then I could have a pair of socks.
Use that as an accent later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so how many more whips do you have? Because I have a lot.
You go then.
I have no FOs, but a lot of whips.
Okay.
Okay. Let's show you the other one that you know about. The Prospect Pullover. I messed that neck up last week. One of you lovely people sent me a Ravelry message, and you were like, look at my collar before I blocked it, because it also looked a little bit stretched out or a little bit wavy. And I went and looked at your collar, and then I decided that my collar is definitely wrong, because the way that collar looked was the way that my Weekender crew looked, where it didn't look smooth, but it looked like it was gonna block out.
Yeah.
This one looked like a Victorian frill.
Here's the Prospect Pullover. It's a pattern by Tori.
So I reknit it. I ripped it out, and oh, this yarn is so hard to see. I ripped it out and I reknit it. And this is like still frilly, but in the way that when it blocks out, it's going to be smooth. I feel better about this collar. It's shorter, even though it's the same amount of rounds. I went down a needle size.
Yeah.
So I do think that this one will block out and be correct, because I tried it on and then I looked at the way that like Tori's and the testers and everybody else that's knit it, how theirs fits. And the shoulder drop is significant. It's a significant drop shoulder. But on me, when I try it on, it's not quite dropped yet. So that tells me like there's a lot of blocking is really going to smooth that out and bring it down. See how far that drop shoulder goes? And I think after that, this neckline will be good. So neck is done.
What size needle did you use for the body?
I used a 6.
A 6 for the body.
And I had to do the neck on a 3.
And she calls for a 4?
Well, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the 6 is the pattern. Let's see. Am I right?
I don't know.
Yeah. She calls for a 6 and a 4. I had to go 6 and a 3.
Okay.
And then I'm not done with the body. I'll finish that after the sleeves because I want to see what the sleeves do to the length.
Right.
So I picked up a sleeve and I'm maybe 1 repeat through this sleeve. Marking this is my sleeve decrease trick where I take 1 of these light bulb markers and I put it on the pickup edge under the arm. And then however many decreases I need, I put that many of the light bulb stitch markers attached to it. And then every time I do a decrease, I take 1 off and put it there. So I keep track.
Does your pickup edge one count as 1 or does it just stay on the pickup edge?
That stays on the pickup edge.
Me too.
Yeah. And then later when I do the second one, I'll move them over one at a time.
I don't do that. I have to leave them there just to like count. Because sometimes my counts are off. So I'll be like, oh, I only had 2 decreases.
So what I'll do is I'll put a new pickup one on the pickup one.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this pickup one is still there. And on my new one, there's a pickup one. And once I go up this many stitches, I'll take the pickup one off and make it the first one. And then, so it's always like, I can always tell what step I'm on. I haven't lost count until I'm ready to commit to this one. Then I'll take the one below it off. It works in my brain.
I know that works. It's just the extra in me needs them all.
I don't know.
You'll see.
Usually this is a case of Rachel's too lazy to come upstairs and find 15 more light bulb stitch markers.
Of markers to find.
It is. It is. So, and also I'm really annoyed at myself that some of these are black because you can't
black is hard
see
to
them.
see against that. Yeah.
But again, she was being too lazy.
Well, you've had a week.
It's getting done.
Hey,
we're doing the things.
Did you tell them what yarn that was?
No, this is Harrisville. Harrisville Design. It's right here. Nightshades by Harrisville Designs, grown in Montana, spun in New Hampshire. It is a woolen spun American Cormo and wool DK weight. Last Call is the colorway. I bought this in Rhinebeck.
Mm-hmm.
It's very dark blue. I find this yarn beautiful.
Their whole Nightshades line is a black wool, and then they add 10% of a color, which is really cool. So they all from far away look very dark, almost black, but then you get close to them and you're like, oh, that's cool. I would never think to add 10%.
Yes.
Some of them are like 10% brown.
And it does give it a little bit of like a tweedy or a marled look without having the tweedy nubs in it.
Yeah.
And I find this yarn beautiful and I think it feels incredible. But knitting with it is not the most enjoyable experience. It's a little hard on my hands, which is another reason that this sweater isn't going as quickly as some of the other DK weight sweaters that I've knit.
And for that one, you get 100 grams for 250 yards. Did you tell them where you bought it?
Rhinebeck.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought this at Rhinebeck. Okay. So, still chugging along on the Prospect pullover.
Okay. I have 2 whips.
Let's go. Let's see one.
I'll show you the one that you guys know about. This is the Zipper Sweater Light by Petite Knit. Here it is. Can I? No. I was going to just pop it on. Actually, I will. Because I have try-on cords right here. Okay. So what am I knitting this up in?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I'm knitting this up in 29 Bridges Studio Bloom, which is a woolen spun DK yarn. It is Ramble Columbia Targhee blend, and both of these yarns, the colorway is called River, and then the top one there is their Aria Surrey. Rachel, you might have to pull that tag out and tell them what's in there.
Sure.
Hold on. Yeah, no, that's a Bloom top.
Aria Surrey is 40% alpaca, 35% silk, 15% merino, and 10% yak.
So last time, this did not have sleeves on it when you saw it. So this week, I worked on my, look how
I
pretty
want
that
them to
is.
be able to see, you can see if you look against my palm, that this is more like a fuzz than a fluff. It's got this like very almost consistent fuzziness about it that's giving Renee a really nice fleecy look to her zipper sweater. I think this was actually an incredible choice for your sweater. And I
Yeah.
don't even think we knew how incredible of a choice it was going to be.
I felt like with the yak in there, that was going to give
Because
that.
it doesn't have long fluffs. It's just this like very consistent fuzz.
It's very
good.
sticky too. So when you're knitting, that likes to hug on to other things. Isn't that pretty?
It's beautiful.
Okay, I knit the size, I cast on the size 3. I'm actually glad that I did, but I cast on the size 3 because I didn't have the yardage to knit a size 4.
Okay.
However, because I am over gauge by about a stitch and a half, gauge is 20, I'm at about 18 and a half, 19. I'm getting a much larger finished object. So here it is. I got both of my sleeves put on this week, and I'm really happy about that. I was nervous. This is all of the yarn I have left for the Bloom. This is my last skein. And I only had 2 skeins left when I was on my first sleeve. Yeah, here. See this offset stitch marker? That's when I added my second to last ball of yarn. I was like, oh no, I have half a sleeve and another whole sleeve. I have to do the facing in here, and I have to do my body ribbing. I was getting very nervous. So what did I do? I knit both sleeves, no ribbing, and got the sleeves on. Then I was like, okay, I can make decisions. The pattern calls for a 4-inch cuff, ribbed. And I was like, I know that ribbing uses more yarn than knitting. So what I'm going to do is knit an extra inch in stockinette and only rib for 3 inches. Because now I'm trying to like conserve a couple yards here or there. I think could make a difference. And I added some extra decreases. So I decreased my stitches down to what would be the ribbing number for the smallest size sweater. Because also
that's a big
the arm's
sleeve.
pretty wide. And I was like, I don't want it very open so that it's like dipping into foods and stuff. Hold on. Let's try this on.
Do you have it on the try-on cords?
It feels so nice.
Oh yeah, you have the cords on there.
Okay. Okay. So this will be...
Do you want me to hold this up?
No, I'll just come down. I just wanted to see see it full length. So the sweater will come in here. I'm sorry, the zipper will come in here. And then I think I'm just going to start ribbing on the body. That's my plan. Because I'm happy with the length of it. I don't need it too much longer, really.
Right.
But I think it's so hard to see on camera. I think with the really structured, this is 4.25 inches of a collar, 3 inches of ribbing on each sleeve. I don't want it to be an inch of ribbing.
No, right.
I think it deserves to have a little bit of heft.
Yes.
So my plan for this is to knit let's talk about how it's constructed. You cast on at the collar, you knit 8.5 inches, and then you sew down, you knit together the cast on edge and the live edge. And on the inside of the sweater here, you put a few stitches on hold. And then what I'm going to do first, before I do the body ribbing, is pick up these stitches and you knit down, and I'll sew a little facing in here that will fully encase on both sides the zipper, which I think will be a nice finishing touch.
You knit. You don't sew, right?
Knit.
you'll knit a little facing.
Yes.
You said sew, which
Yes.
makes
No.
it sound like it's
I'll sew in the zipper, but I'll knit the facing. So that's that. I have to find my zipper. I'm not sure where my zipper is. I'm sure it's in my closet somewhere, but I haven't seen it in a minute.
Zipper.
Yeah, right. I think that's everything that I did for the modifications. But look how deep this is. I'm really happy about that because you guys know that I like to wear really long oversized t-shirts. So I can have will you put your arm up? See how deep these oversized t-shirt, because they're unisex t-shirts, the sleeves come, so I can be wearing that, which I am a lot of the time in my house, and throw it on and not have like that weird feeling.
Especially I think if the sweater is intended to go over other clothes, cardigans, pullovers like that, you don't want it up in your armpit.
How pretty is that?
It's gorgeous, Renee.
I love this.
It's gorgeous.
I really love it. It's so comfortable. It feels like the most elevated version of a fleece. Like I cannot get over it.
It looks like it. I
have Patagonia fleeces in my closet, and I always look at them and think, I don't love that it's polyester, because if you're going for a walk in that, it makes me feel stickier than I should be. Does that make sense?
My hot take on the fleece in general is that they only look nice for a small amount of time, and then that polyester fleece starts to get weird. And if you wash it enough times, it turns into Velcro. So anyone with dogs or long hair, just broadcasting that to the world.
And it doesn't really, the Patagonia ones, I wish I knew the name of the make of that piece of garment, because I can see it in my mind's eye. It has no stretch and no give.
Yeah.
So I
actually don't love a Patagonia fleece, probably any fleece. I don't like that
sticky feeling.
I don't like that material. And so it's
because
interesting.
of how it wears or because of how it feels?
Both. Okay. There's nothing I like about it. It's a sensory nightmare to me. Okay. So when you started knitting that zipper sweater, I was like, why would you spend all that time knitting the most uncomfortable garment that you can own? But now as you're knitting it, I'm like, oh wait, you're solving all the problems of the things that I don't like.
Yes. Yes. And I like that this collar has enough heft to be like a moment and stand up, especially if it's cold. And also it looks really nice when it's laid down as well. Yeah. I'm so happy with this one. Yeah. What did I do? So I knit this on a size 8 for the stockinette. So then for the ribbing, I dropped down to a size 6. This pattern, the zipper sweater light, is written for just a DK weight yarn. So since I added the lace in, pattern is written for a US 6 in the stockinette portion. I always go up 1 needle size when I'm knitting a petite knit pattern, except when I did that terrazzo hat. But that was my lesson. Always up one size. Okay. Don't even gauge swatch on anything else. Go up a size. But when I added the lace, I bumped up another needle size, so a US 8. And I had planned to knit Petite Knit's zipper sweater, which is, I think it's worsted. Yes. Worsted or Aran, same, I think. But I didn't like how open the fabric was. The fabric felt. Correct. So what's the gauge on that one?
I'll tell you.
That's when I was like, I'm actually just going to do it as the zipper sweater light.
So the zipper sweater is Aran 15 stitches.
Yeah.
And then the zipper sweater light
is 20
is
stitches.
Is it TE or LIGHT?
GHT. Okay. That's 20 stitches, and I'm at 18 and a half. So you like
hybrided them, kind of.
Yeah. But with that gauge, this finished bust is about like below the zipper, because I couldn't easily measure it right at bust because there's a hole, is 50 inches. So I have a lot of positive ease in this one, and I love it.
That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah. So next up, I'll knit this zipper
facing.
Yeah. And then do the body ribbing. I don't know.
They can't hear you. What? You don't know what?
I don't know.
How much ribbing?
Yeah.
I
kind of
actually,
like that.
I was
I
going to
like
say that
length.
length is good, but well, that's good. If you need yarn, you can rip back a little bit.
Yeah. I like that
Because
length.
do you still have a gauge, or did you rip your gauge out to start knitting it?
I have a gauge swatch.
So you have that yarn too if you
Yeah.
need it.
I have to find that too.
Well, it's not nowhere.
Hey, okay, so while I was knitting this, maybe I'll wear it next week. There is a cropped, oversized, quarter zip sweatshirt that Lululemon makes. And I have two of them. And I really like the fit of them. I just wish they were a little more oversized. So as I started knitting this, I was like, I feel like it's gonna fit like that.
Oh, good.
And in length,
Yeah.
this is about where that ends. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do with this.
Yeah. Well, at least at the very least, if you like that length, you could just rip it out and re-knit it as ribbing, and you'd still get that length, and you wouldn't use that much yarn.
I think it would look funny if I
You don't
started the
need
ribbing
that
up
much ribbing.
here.
Maybe if you start the ribbing here and knit it to like a little bit longer, like
Here's
there.
3 inches. Then the ribbing would start like here.
Yeah, but maybe you split the difference.
I
Like
don't
borrow an inch.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That is a nice length though. But
Yeah.
maybe once there's ribbing on it, you would want it a little bit longer. Because the ribbing does zoop it up a little bit.
Yeah. I
Because
don't
it
know.
sucks it in.
But it's very comfortable. I'm really, really happy with this one. I would knit another one. She says, full of confidence, without ever having to mess with the zipper yet.
The zipper's going to be fine. Can you guys hear the dogs barking? Like we're under attack.
Okay. It's my whip.
Okay. I have 2. Okay. So when I was in a mood last week and I thought I hated everything, I was in search of some dopamine. And I came in this room and I looked at every sweater quantity I had. And I was uninterested in all of them because what I really wanted to do was cast on for our makealong. But I didn't have the yarn yet. I was going to disregard that cast on date because whips are welcome. I didn't care about that cast on date at all. I just didn't have the yarn yet. So, but I also was hesitant to cast on a garment because now I have the Prospect pullover. I know when the yarn comes for the t-shirt, I'm going to want to knit the tee. So like, I didn't want to mess around with the whole garment. So I grabbed my handspun, my 3-ply handspun, and I wound it up and measured the yardage. And I had like just shy of 700 yards. And I am calling this a DK-ish weight. I think it's like a light DK. How do you think? Here.
No, I think it's DK.
Okay. So I'm calling this a DK-ish weight in my mind because my little tool that measures was not up here. So I took the weight. I knew what the weight was. I knew what the yardage was. And I knew what I wanted to knit with it. And it was not enough to knit the thing I wanted to knit, but was not going to stop me. The thing I wanted to knit was Andrea Mowry's Traveler Shawl.
It was not enough yardage?
It's not enough yardage.
Okay.
According to the pattern. However, in my experience, every time I've knit an Andrea Mowry pattern, I have had a ton of yarn left over.
Wait a minute. This is on the heels of you saying,
I know.
Yuck,
I know.
I don't like an asymmetrical
That's right.
shawl. I don't want to do it. How do you style it?
Well, here's why.
You know what I'll do? I'll knit another one.
You guys are going to love this. I'm going to fix it.
Oh, you're going to out-design Andrea Mowry?
Yep. So I don't have the yardage that she says she uses. So what I've decided, pull it up because the shawl is knit in 2 pieces. It's 2 triangles. It's actually not nearly as asymmetrical as the inclination shawl, which is like one huge triangle. Right there. But like, show them a picture where she.
Okay.
So it's not as asymmetrical. it's still kind of, the center is more on center. And you knit it in 2 pieces. There is a option in the pattern to knit the triangle on my side longer or shorter so that you can make a more elongated or less elongated shawl. So I went Ravelry note searching for people who knit it. I think that I needed to knit the first triangle to less repeats. So somebody did some math. I should find it. Someone did some math and they just said that the first triangle is 60% of the area of the second triangle. It's gorgeous.
Oh.
Okay. Is it this person? No. Is it this person? No. How am I going to give credit to this mathematician genius? I don't know how, but somebody did the math of the 2 triangles, like the geometry, and said that the first triangle, 60% of the area of the second triangle.
Okay.
So in my mind, if I just left half of the yarn, I would have enough to knit the second triangle.
Yeah.
So I knit the first triangle, and really, I had more than half of the yarn. I just got tired of knitting the first triangle because it's one of those ones that keeps getting longer and longer and longer and longer. I was like, you know what? That's good. We're knitting this thing for the vibes. So I knit the first triangle, and then I picked up for the second triangle, you pick up along one side, and I've decided to knit the size 2, which is the longer. So I've made the first triangle skinnier, and I'm making the longer version of the second triangle, and I think that will give me a less asymmetrical shawl.
You knit this one.
I knit this one shorter.
Shorter.
And this one longer.
This one?
This is shorter.
Okay.
This side longer.
Okay.
To make I want the point to be more in the center of the shawl to make it less asymmetrical.
So this one, I understand how you can make it shorter, but this one, are you just
There's 2 options in the pattern.
Decreasing at a slower rate?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the second. I'm following the pattern. I'm just doing the longer pattern.
Okay.
There's 2 sizes. Size 1 is the second triangle decreases faster.
Okay.
And size 2, it decreases slower.
Okay.
So I'm doing size 2.
Okay.
So here it is.
It matches your t-shirt.
That's because everything in my life all of a sudden is purple. So this is a stitch pattern that really blocks out. So I kind of had to do a little stretching to measure it. But this is the first triangle. I think I went to 15 repeats. And I found Ravelry pages where they went between 12 and 16, and they all look nice. So I thought 15 is probably going to be fine.
There.
You start up here.
Yeah. And then you just keep increasing.
Yes. You start here and you go down. And then you put some stitches on hold when you cast on. And then you put those stitches back on your needle and you just pick up. And then you knit down. And I really don't have much knitting left to do, except the decrease rate is not easy to memorize. It's not at I really have to read the pattern to tell which rows I'm decreasing on. But because look how much I've done. Not a lot.
Okay.
So that was slowing me down. If I have to read a pattern.
Oh, figuring out where your decreases are placed.
I won't knit it outside of the house because I'll mess it up.
And does the decrease happen here on this side?
The decrease happens, yes, on this side.
Okay.
So until I have that memorized, I can't knit it not at home or I'll mess it up. I know myself.
And that'll decrease back down into a point.
Yeah.
So no long I-cord bind off.
Right.
That's nice.
The long I-cord bind off was this.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It was actually this.
Oh, really?
This was all an I-cord bind off. That's another... look, that's long enough for half a shawl.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Yeah.
What I think I've determined about myself is that I prefer a longer, skinnier shawl.
Same.
I don't need it to be that deep because I don't prefer how that looks on me. So
And
I
we
think
don't really wear them as like shoulder blankets. You know what I
no,
mean?
correct.
Some people want them thicker and like deeper for the warmth to like
Yeah,
wrap around
yeah.
and use it like that.
Maybe if it were not asymmetrical, I would wear it like that, but I've never
Maybe.
knit that kind.
Yeah.
So well, that'll be an experiment for another day. But for now, this was my dopamine project last week.
Did it work?
It did. It made me
Yeah,
happy.
it's pretty.
Yeah.
Here, let me get them close because I feel like it's darker that far away.
This is the 3-ply that I spun. So it's 2
Wait a minute,
braids.
I can't see your mouth.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, this is the 3-ply that I spun.
Oop.
It's 2 braids from River Rat Design and 1 braid from Yarn Jam. So this is a Polworth Shanico.
It's soft.
It's nice,
Yeah.
isn't it? And it I knit it on a size 7, which I think maybe is a little bit looser, but I really liked it's still squishy but not stiff.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I would call it drape, but it just gives it a little bit of flexibility.
Yeah.
My Traveler cowl was knit on a heavier yarn and I think the same size needle, and that thing like stands up.
Yeah.
But I do like it because when I wear it, that's kind of what I want. But this, since it's so much more fabric, we didn't need it to stand up like that.
Right. And is that the size needle that she calls for? Or is it?
Well, it's one of those patterns written for hand spun, so it's like
Okay.
the jaunty where she gives you a lot of examples. So in
Choose
her
your adventure.
yeah, in her pattern, she knits one out of I think like a fingering weight and one out of a sport weight, and then she gives you like needle sizes for that. But I was like, well, this yarn is neither of those things. But it's a shawl, so
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like if you're making fabric that you like,
correct,
you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
It's not like we're knitting this sweater. So that's it. That was
Pretty.
yeah, it is
It's
pretty,
very
isn't
pretty.
it?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll finish it this week.
Okay.
I think it will be quick because now you're at the part where every row gets shorter. It's just a matter of trying to either memorize the pattern or sit down.
This was your first 3-ply?
Yes.
Are you enjoying knitting with your 3-ply versus 2-ply?
Yes.
I know. I know.
Yes. It's so nice.
I know.
This yarn, this might not mean a lot if you've never like spun yarn, but just having it hang nicely like this is it makes me feel very
Flex.
accomplished.
Yes.
And it's round. I don't know if you can see it. It's like round and plump, and it's just it's so much more consistent. And I think it's because when 1-ply gets a little out of shape, if one you can
little too thin.
Yeah, sometimes you'll look and you'll be like, "Ooh, that one is kind of fat," but the other two are balancing it.
Yeah.
Or if one gets a little too thin, the other two are there to kind of like
Yes. I used to
fill
look
in
at
the
a 3-ply
gaps.
and be like, who's going to do the extra work to spin an entire single bobbin extra? And then I did it and I was like, oh, I get it. That's really nice.
I also think that it blends the color nicer.
I agree. Yes.
Because even like there's some like pretty big color changes here, but there's enough of the same color running through it that
It's very pretty.
it looks blended, I think.
How cool is that? You're going to have taken 3 piles of fluff and made a whole
It's
shawl.
cool. And I got to show it to
awesome.
Stacy, which was even cooler.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I knew that you pulled it out this weekend, but I forgot about what it was made of.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to take the apple to the teacher.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I like that.
And she had a braid real similar to the one that I spun at the yarn shop.
Okay.
So it was cool because our friends were there and I was like, this is what I started with. And this, like, you know what I mean? It was easy to show them like the butterfly.
Yes. What do you mean? Oh,
You know.
cocoon.
Well, yeah, like the caterpillar and then it turned into this and now it's turning into this. Ah! And they were like,
No, they weren't because they're knitters.
okay, Rachel.
I think that's very cool.
Traveler Shawl by Andrea Mowry.
You want to see how many more do you have?
I have one more.
Okay, so you want to see mine?
Yes, please.
This is my hyperfixation currently.
Let's see it.
I knit this. I knit this.
What is that?
You have to guess.
It looks like pants.
Okay.
Are you gonna felt it
For what?
to make something felted? Wait a minute. Wait. No, I don't know what this is.
This will help you. This is
Lopey, yeah?
the doubler tuffler.
Oh, of course, the Dubler Schiffler. Are these slippers?
Yes.
So you are gonna felt it.
Isn't that cool? Okay, this is a pattern by Garn. It is I believe it's number 4 or number 14 doubler tuffler.
Oh, well, I can look that up. I'm on it.
Doubler tuffler. I thought, oh, Rachel's gonna really like saying this one. There.
Dubler Tuffler.
Yeah. So, aren't those cute?
Yes,
Pull
they
those
are
up for
very
them.
cute. Are we bright? Let's get bright.
Probably the pattern name too, though.
Okay. I guess it will be hard to spell
Right.
out. Nur 3 Dubler Tuffler.
I think that's number 3, double slipper. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to tell me in the comments. So this is a pattern written by Garn. It was not translated into English originally. So there are people on the internet that have made videos and tutorials about it. So basically, here's what you have. This is the finished object that you'll have when you're done knitting it. I'll talk you through all the steps, but to give you some
Is this a free pattern?
free pattern,
Free pattern.
let me give you the vision. One side is going to tuck into the other side.
Is that your Lopey? That's what it
Yes.
felt like.
Do you still have your Lopey?
Yeah, I got tons of it. I could make a
Good.
whole sweater. Dubler Tufflers for the whole village if you want.
Well, I want, because I'll tell you why. But hold on, let me pop this in first.
Good. I'd love to get rid of it. I'll offload
I
this
figured.
Dubler Tuffler right
I was
to
afraid
you.
that you may have gotten rid of it already. Look at this. Isn't that cute? Okay, hold on.
Yes.
My foot stops here. Okay, so I did make modifications to this pattern, and
So wait, it is in English now.
it is in
is
English.
Translated.
You
okay.
can go to Garn's website. If you Google Garn double slipper, oops, you can find the pattern. But it is written like a Norwegian pattern, which is not tons of words.
Okay.
I think the whole pattern is on one page.
Okay.
So you cast on.
This looks a lot like a Jer Bear, honestly.
I know. I thought the same thing. But the fact that there's no opening was confusing, like
Yeah.
showing it to you.
Yeah.
So the way that the pattern's written, you would have to seam this edge. This would be your cast on. You would cast on in the round, but then you would have to seam this. I watched tutorials and read a lot of Ravelry project pages where people did Judy's Magic cast on so that you didn't have to seam. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. So the cast on will look like this. The first few rows feel weird because it
They feel
feels
inside out.
Yes.
That's how Judy's Magic Cast On always feels to me.
correct. But then after you get a little more length, the fabric is like, oh, okay, we're going to be folded over. But at
Yes.
first they're like fighting
Yes.
and it feels like you're knitting on the back needle instead of the front needle. I watched Very Pink Knits tutorial for Judy's Magic cast on. So that's what I used. And if you do it that way, this ends up being a seamless item, which I think is
Love.
really cool. Because when I was done, I was like, it's just done. I don't
Yes.
have to go back and seam this whole side. So you knit all the way down, 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 down. So that's the first modification, Judy's Magic cast on. Knit all the way down. Now, I saw some people say that the opening of the foot, can you pull that pattern up again?
Mhm.
The opening of the foot is too, for them, a little too wide. They would like it a little less narrow so that it just hugs on your foot.
Is it your phone I have?
Can't spell that?
I can't spell Derberturf.
So see this part right here?
Yes.
Some people said, I want that opening to be less. So I thought, I could see me also wanting that, for it to be like more snug on my foot. So what I did was, however many rounds they told me to knit, I minused 2. And I made up for it down here. So
Okay.
the finished length is the same. I just adjusted a couple of the rows. I that I could have done more, but I've never done this. So I was like, let's just start with 2. I don't want to go extra crazy because that's my gut would be like, let's take off 6.
Oh, and then your foot might not go in it.
Right. So 2 less rows. And then what you do is split your stitches and you start working just one side in the round. So then I would have just these stitches. You cast on however many the pattern tells you to cast on. I cast on 6. And then you knit, do a decrease, knit, do a decrease, and then you knit the rest of the foot. So I did it to pattern, but I added those 2 rounds in here. And then you decrease like you would for a sock toe. A sock toe, yeah. The thing that you have to pay attention if you're knitting this, because now you're looking at it. You like it?
It's so funny.
Come in.
So funny. It's the same color as your tank top too.
Okay. You're looking at it like this when you're knitting, right? So if you're knitting and this is on your needles, you're looking at it like this. So what you actually have to do, instead of decreasing here and here, you have to turn the work so that you're decreasing on these edges. Does that make sense? Because what happens is that becomes your toe, and you don't really want the seam running on the top of your foot and on the bottom of your foot. Not the seam, the decreases. Make sense?
Uh-huh.
You like this? And then what I'll do, I'm going to finish the next one. But this plus this and this is 2 balls of yarn.
It's not bad.
The pattern says that you'll only need 2 balls of the pattern says you only need 200 grams of yarn.
Yeah, but that kind of yarn?
I am not using the pattern yarn, obviously, because it is a Sandus Garn yarn that it was written for, but I didn't have that. I didn't want to wait for it. And I knew that I had this in my stash and that people use this. What is this? This is Alafos Lopi. It is a Icelandic wool. The color is 9972. It's 100 grams. You get 100 meters. It needs to be a bulky weight yarn.
Okay.
Some people have even held, if I didn't have this in my stash, I would have went down, grabbed a worsted weight yarn, non-superwash, and held it double.
Okay.
You need to get 15 stitches per 10 centimeters.
Okay.
Or 4 inches. So 15 stitch gauge. I went up in my bulky worsted bin of yarn and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Would I, if I was buying the yarn, buy a cream slipper?
I have the dark brown.
I had 1 ball of it.
Should have called me. I have like 6.
But this way I can get through my stash.
You can get through my stash.
So would I pick this color? Not necessarily, but it made me really happy that
I think that color is beautiful.
Well, I think it's going to show dirt.
Who cares? Show who? You're wearing them around your house.
Okay, so what happens next after I complete both of these? I thought you would like this. Does that make you happy?
It
Cheer you
does.
up?
It does.
I played this game with my husband last night. I was like, what am I making? He was like, I will put this into the washing machine and try to felt it. We'll see how that goes.
I think it'll be easy. That yarn should felt like a piece of cake.
Some people say it takes 2 hours of putting it in.
Who cares?
But how many times do you think I'm going to check on it? A lot. Knowing me. Peek, hi, how you doing? Okay.
So
Peek,
what?
hi, how you doing?
Who cares?
I know. I knit the third. I knit the 28-29, which is 2 down from the largest size, and it's EU shoe size.
Okay, is that your EU shoe size?
Yeah,
28-29.
Yeah, I'm saying that right? Right?
I don't know. I think mine's 41. I don't know. What size dogs do you wear?
Tell me. Am I 38-39? Maybe.
That sounds...
Oh, no. Just go to my project page.
Oh.
Yeah, 38-39.
Okay, that sounds better, because mine's 41.
So you would be the second
Okay.
The next size up, the 40 to 42.
I was going to ask how they're sized because that's not the way that a sock is sized. So are they all the same circumference, do we think?
Are they all the same circumference?
Because that's obviously measuring length.
Correct. No, they're not the same circumference.
So they're just assuming if your foot is longer, it's fatter.
Maybe. And it's it's going to be a double thick slipper that you're going to felt down to the size that you want.
But they don't all start off the same width?
No.
But me and you have the same width foot.
Okay.
So would mine be floppy?
Oh, you have to make it.
I don't want to.
Okay. Well,
I'll
you'll
try yours
never
on.
know.
I'll try yours on.
I don't know if every size is different, but there are different cast on, which
Yeah.
means that it would make it wider.
Wider.
Wonder if that's how they make shoes. Like if you go up in size, it's getting wider, whether they're telling you or not.
Is that? Who knows?
I know.
Somebody tell us.
I know.
Is there a shoe salesman in the crowd?
What else can I tell you about this? Oh, the needle size. The pattern calls for a 9, and I was like, I'm just gonna go up to a 10. And I got gauged with the US 10.
Is that uncomfortable on your hands?
No,
Okay.
it's not. And I knit all of this yesterday.
Yeah, it does look like it would knit up quick because it's huge. The
Yeah.
yarn is fat.
Right. Yeah. And I think the Icelandic wool will be really nice and hardy on my feet.
Yeah.
So, really happy about that. And I got to get 2 skeins out of my stash. And that was a bulky skein of yarn, but I need to buy one off of you.
Good.
Or I'll trade you one light one for
no,
a dark
no,
one.
no trading. Take it. Does anyone else want it?
I looked it up online. I could buy it, and I was like, I'm just going to wait. And
I
ask
have the
Rachel.
same dye lot as you, I bet.
Great. Look at that.
You can have 4.
So why did I want to make these? I've always had my eye on this since I started knitting, but I just never made time for it. Then we got new carpet in my house, and I have taken to wearing socks on the new carpet because it's a sensory thing for me. I don't want to feel the carpet on my feet. The very expensive new carpet. I know. And I'm wearing holes in my socks. Do all of your socks
yeah.
kick it at the same time?
On the ball of your feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
But almost every pair of socks I put on,
Renee,
I'm there's a hole.
All of my
There's a
socks do it, and it's this time of year. And I don't know if it's because you've worn them all winter. Because I wear significantly more socks in the winter than in the summer, because in the summer I'm not wearing socks in the outside world.
Well,
I'm only wearing socks inside.
yes.
But in the winter I'm wearing them in both places.
But I can't remember a time that so many of my socks all at the same time. I've been throwing away socks. So I had to I have 2 pairs of socks in my life if they're not a handmade sock that I wear on the regular. I have this sock. It comes from Costco. Puma, right? Yeah, it's like a little athletic ankle
that's
sock.
That's not a hole. That's just a
These are brand
piece
new.
of zhuzh. Yeah.
And then I have a white ankle sock.
Yeah.
Those are basically my 2 main socks.
Okay, but she has more than one pair.
Oh no, I have
You're making it sound like you have 2 individual
Thank
pairs
you.
of
Okay,
socks.
that's good. That's a good clarification. So I have a Costco pack of these, which is probably 14 pairs of socks. And then I have probably 14,
they're like Hanes, right?
14
yes.
more 100% cotton Hanes socks.
Yes.
They would last me forever, but now that I've taken to wearing socks
You're
inside
wearing them
all the
twice
time,
as much.
I'm wearing them forever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I bought all new socks, and I thought, I'll just make those slippers.
Yeah.
Do I have house slippers? I sure do. I have 2 pairs of them, maybe 3. But I've romanticized these. I want these.
I also have 2 pairs of house slippers, but both of them have hard soles.
Same.
And my brain says, you're wearing shoes in the house, take them off. My brain can't with the hard soled house slipper.
Smell that. Doesn't it smell good?
It smells just like Yahtzee does downstairs.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
So I don't wear them hardly ever because it feels like we're not a shoe in the house family.
Same.
I like to wear just socks And then when I leave my house, I'll change my socks.
Well, I used to be a house shoe person, like house slippers. And I got away from wearing them. I don't know why. And I haven't started again. I don't know why, but I'm going to these. So I will report back. I think I'm
But
going
I
to
also
make
feel like that hard sole would be harder on your carpet.
probably. I'm going to make a short, probably. I'll document the felting of these
Okay.
because I would be interested in that. And then people, this has been my hyperfixation the past couple days. People will put a bag on their foot because once these come out of the washing machine and they're felted, they'll put a bag on their foot, like a grocery
Like
bag,
yeah.
a Ziploc bag, big one, over their foot. Then they'll put their slipper on. Then they'll take an athletic sock and put it on over top of that and just like hang out in them a little bit while they're warm. And they say it really like whoosh,
Are they dry?
molds to this. What?
Are they dry, the slippers?
No, that's why you have a bag on your foot so that your foot's not in wet.
That sounds terrible.
Slipper.
Doesn't
So
it sound like
those-
a sensory gross?
Bag. I think it's gonna feel like when you did that paraffin wax.
I didn't
and
like
they
that.
put the
I
bag
don't
on
like
your
that.
hand at
I
the
don't
spa.
like that.
So bag on foot,
Something
slipper, and then something really tight over
something
top
about
of it
this
all.
description is making me ick.
I'm excited. I'm so
I'm
excited.
glad. I'm glad.
And I was starting to knit them thinking
I
these
can't
aren't
wait to
big
see
enough.
your floppy doppy slippers.
And then I finished them. They finished exactly at the length they need to be.
Oh,
I was
good.
impressed.
That is impressive.
Yeah. And they'll shrink about 10 centimeters, so like 4 inches in the
Okay.
felting process. And I don't know width-wise. I don't know that the pattern gives you that, just to length. Isn't that cool?
It's very cool.
I'm excited.
It's
I'm
very
so
cool.
excited. There are 3 main people that I watched their tutorials. One is a woman, I'll send the link so that we can put them in the show notes. One is a woman who literally sits on her couch and knits them with you, and she tells you all the modifications that she makes.
Okay.
And she measures them after every felting process in her washing machine.
Okay.
So like that made me feel more comfortable because with this project, I couldn't figure out where I was at first. I was like, I'm knitting this, but is that the length of the foot? Is it the back of the foot? Is
No, I
it the
could
bottom of the
understand
foot?
that. Yeah.
So that kept melting my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I would just watch the video again and be like, okay, got it. Sarah from Two Pearls in a Pod did a video on like an overview of her making her first pair and then would talk about what she would do differently. She was the one
Okay.
that didn't like the opening and she
Okay.
shortened it. And then there was one other woman, I think her name is Inga, and she translated the pattern into English on her video. It's like
Oh.
episode 21 of her video. I'll send those links so that we have them for the show notes if anybody's interested to have some of these floppy sockies. And I thought that was really nice because I don't know when it was translated, but if it wasn't,
Yeah.
if it hadn't been,
It would make
she
it
like
so much more
reads it
accessible.
and then
Yeah.
translates it to English, and she's like, and then you're going to knit for this many rounds.
Okay.
So I'm really thankful to those creators because they gave me the confidence to do it because a 1-page pattern.
Well, and at the beginning of like fall going into winter, those striped felted slippers were all the rage.
Sailor slippers? Sailor?
Whatever. Everyone would put them on their feet all floppy. We saw like 100 of those videos.
Sailor slippers.
Okay. And so I watched a few people make them, and the
So
felting
much
process
seaming.
was, well, I don't care about that. The scary part is the felting. But their felting happens slow.
Yes.
So that actually makes it less scary. It feels like you have a chance to catch it before it turns into a bulletproof kid booty.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised to hear that the felting's going to take 2 hours because I've watched enough of those.
And I
Do
saw.
you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I saw another, maybe it was Sarah. I saw somebody knit the largest size for her
Yes,
brother, for like a partner or a person in their life of these slippers, and then felted them down accidentally almost to her size. So I was like, I feel like we're going to be fine.
Also, if it only took you a day to knit one and you overfelt it, it's not like you've wasted. I mean, you could easily just knit another one.
Yeah, I'll
Chalk
come
it
back
up to
and
a
buy
learning
another
experience.
pull
Yeah,
yarn.
come back to Rachel's yarn shop over here.
Hey, the only thing that I am interested in, nobody has this point. Like this point rounds out because this will be the heel when after they are felted. And I'll be interested to see how that feels because in my mind, if this is a Judy's Magic cast on and this is a sock, I think it would be easy to cast on less stitches so that this is more of a wedge or a diagonal. Do you need that?
Well, that's my husband who has to buy us buckets.
Answer.
Okay. Sorry.
That instead of having this really sharp edge, I can just do a couple increases after I cast on. Don't you think?
And notch
Right,
it out a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah. All right. You'll pick those up for us, please?
See you in 2 and 2. 8.
Buckets.
8 buckets, please.
Check.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
So that is my double toffler.
It is cute.
It's cute.
It's cute.
I'm
You could put
super
one of those little
excited.
tags back there, like made with heart by Renee.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or a little like ball. You know, like a little
Oh,
puff
yeah.
ball. And then or you could even embroider something on it, like
You
a little
could.
flower. Isn't that cute?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
that's exciting. We'll
that's
look
my-
forward to seeing them next week.
yes,
Would they
and
be
I'll make a
felted, do we think? How what's,
what's
the
my
pace?
my hyperfixation wants this done like today and
Good.
then felt tonight. But
Let's do
that
it.
probably won't happen. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm really excited. I want them now. The only thing that stopped me last night is I was like, I'm gonna run out of yarn.
Oh, well, you
So-
are at the right place.
Okay, so I need 3 of these balls of yarn. Okay,
Okay.
double toffler.
Let's see. My last thing to show you. Look, I am really repping today.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Can I go back to the zipper sweater? The reason that I paused work on it is because that's going to need to be blocked. So pause that, hyperfixate on this. I can do this part and the ribbing, block it. And I think that's going to take a long time to dry. So I didn't think I could get it dried in here to talk about it
That makes sense.
in time. So by the time you see that next time, hopefully that knitting's done. It's been blocked. I don't know if I'll have a
And
zipper
then
in it
you'll
yet.
put the zipper
Right.
in after you block it.
Right.
Okay. So, on March 1st, we kicked off the spring centric makealong, which, if you're not familiar, Renee and I are hosting leading up to Yarncentric.
Mhm.
So, we're knitting warm weather garments, tank, tee, vest, whatever.
Accessory,
Whatever.
shawl, cowl.
We don't care.
Right.
We just-
Headband.
We just want you to make something with us.
Yes. If
I-
you're coming to Yarncentric and also if you're not coming to Yarncentric.
yeah, we're all going to wear them on May 1st.
Yes.
Wherever you are.
Yes.
If you're at Yarncentric, you come show us.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, you can still show us.
Yeah.
Text me.
Well,
Tag
post it
me.
on Instagram
Yeah,
and tag us.
Yeah. Tag us on
Or-
Instagram or
Or just wear it and be happy.
yes.
And know that somewhere in the world we're wearing ours too.
yes. We are hosting it in our Ravelry group.
Mhm.
So there's 2 threads. One to chit chat and talk and be a community.
Look for the word chatter on that one in the
And
chatter.
One says FO's really big. That is just to post your finished objects, just to enter for prizes.
Yep.
Which we will have for you at the conclusion of the make along.
And I turned off the chatter function on that thread. On the
You can't post in it?
you can't chat. So you post your finished thing, people can't reply to a post.
Oh, okay.
make
Yeah,
sense?
that's cool. Chatter in one, only business in the other.
You can go in and heart people's things, but yeah.
Heart away.
Yeah.
Okay, so I cast mine on.
Okay.
I am making, here's the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
This is 29 Bridges, non-superwash sock. It's 100% non-superwash merino. That color is carbon, and I'm holding it double. And I am, I'm freestyling a little bit on a pattern. Here's the thing. There's a pattern that I want to make so badly that I had 2 sweater quantities already in my stash to make this pattern, because the pattern is the Nebula by Andrea Mowry. And she designed it 2 ways. One in a fingering and a fluff held together and a long sleeve. And I have that. I have the exact yarns that she designs it in. Farmer's Daughter Confluence Cotton and Oh Dang. I got it at Farmer's Daughter when we were there in September. But that has long sleeves, and that wasn't going to cut it for this make-along.
You got the same yarn, different colors.
Correct.
Here's the...
So that's that version. She also then knits a short sleeve version in a Oh Dang DK only. That's that version. And I have, what do I have? I have Lamb and Kid Birdie DK in the color Cookie Monster for that. But I was worried that that fluff would be too warm by the time that May came around.
Okay.
Because I don't know how that fluff is good. It's alpaca, and that's, my mind says warm.
And also, May's a funny time. It could be hot, could be cold.
Right.
Could be either.
So I thought, well, maybe I could make it not fluffy. And then maybe it could be this like Goldilocks thing that I could like dress up or dress down and just like wear. I really like the shape of it. I like that it's high-low, and I like that it's got like all this ease. Look, I also apparently like to knit on the smallest possible cable.
I think it's more efficient.
So
You don't have to slide them around the longer circumference.
yeah, and it helps me keep my tension better because the stitches don't
Stretch out.
as
Yeah.
much. So I've decided to hold.
Fun fact, Andrea Mowry also likes to be on the shortest
Oh,
cable
does
she
she?
can fit them on. Yeah.
I'm holding 2 of these fingering weights double to get a DK weight. I had to go up in needle size from the pattern from a 7 to a 9. I gauge swatched on a 7, and even as I was knitting the gauge swatch, I was like, this is way... It was
Thick.
making a nice fabric, but it was not making a springtime fabric, that's
Okay.
for sure. And then when I measured it, I was like 5 stitches off. I was like, well, that makes sense because I would not want a t-shirt at this gauge.
Yeah.
So I went up 2 sizes, and now I'm on the correct gauge, and it's much more comfortable. Like, it's much more appropriate for what I want to wear it. And this color is Carbon.
Mm.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Is that the color you did your sock in too?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
I like this
cute.
color.
So you have a sock, a tank,
And a shawl.
no, a tee.
This will match
and a
my
shawl.
shawl beautifully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be all decked out in Mary's yarn.
I know. Mary has the nicest bases.
Hey, we are not the only people that think that. Somebody
Feel
mentioned
that.
that this weekend while we were at the yarn store. Was commenting on her bases.
This feels wonderful. It does not feel non-superwash to be.
Mary strikes me as one of those people that just has excellent personal taste.
I think so.
You're losing some.
Don't yell
Nothing to see here.
It's non-superwash, so it doesn't really, it's like
Yeah.
the stitches just kind of stay there. So it's bottom up. You cast on the ribbing, and when you cast it on, it looks ridiculous. And I remember when we were in Montana, one of our friends at the retreat cast hers on, and she was like, "Is this right?" It looked. Do you remember that?
At the like by the river?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't seen her cast hers on, I also would have been like,
Because it's high low.
but it's high low, so that hem is making more than it's going further. And then you knit short rows. That's how you get the high low.
Yeah.
In Ravelry, if you just go look at people's things, you will see that this is intended to have like 15 to 20 inches of ease, maybe even more, a lot of ease. And when it gets big like that and it gets drapey, the high low can look like a V. And I saw one person and they were like
a V?
No, like this, like a V in the front. Like from the high.
Oh.
It can look a little bit harsh. Hers looked nicer, like this. So I looked in her Ravelry page and she said that she omitted the last 2 short rows
Okay.
to give it more of a U and not a V.
Right.
So I did that too. Now it's all smooshed up.
Do we have her information?
Yes.
Let's show it.
So I can't tell you. I can't tell you if that was effective for me like it was for her, but that's the modification that I used. Where is she? Here she is. Katie Herod.
I'm gonna go check her notes.
So her notes are there. See how nice that it looks
Yeah.
high-low in a not severe way.
or like not a dated weight either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Here, let me show you. You can see how much more pronounced that it just, and honestly, I think the more cropped you make it, the more angle you can have.
Okay.
But I don't actually want mine to be that cropped.
So you want less
So
of
I
an
want to
angle.
pull it down, and then I don't need that back coming down that much because do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to knit more length.
Yeah, let me see. I want to look at Katie's back.
Katie also, I think, says she knits hers longer than the pattern.
It's so cute.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah. So here is a good view of.
So
Yeah, it's cute.
there are also Ravelry pages where people knit it without the fluff. So I felt confident that it would still be nice. Like the design looks good without the fluff. So this is no fluff, just holding two fingering weight together.
I tried this on at Farmer's Daughter Fiber in only their fluff, and it was very comfortable.
So this is 100% merino, 436 yards to 100 grams. The colorway is carbon. It's from 29 Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Mary will be at Yarncentric. So you want to go check out all of her wonderful yarn.
Oh yeah, come touch Rachel's t-shirt and then go shop.
Yeah. So I am through the short rows, and then you do a little bit of increasing, which I thought was interesting, that like the narrowest point is at the hem.
Yeah.
But I'm working my way up the body now, doing the increases that the pattern calls for. I'm going to knit it. I have to do some measuring of my own body to see, but I don't think that the length that it calls for is going to be enough. It almost never is because Andrea Mowry has a shorter torso and I don't. So I need to knit a little bit more length. I need to measure myself to determine how much more length. And then I think it's similar to actually the Weekender Crew, where then at some point you split off and you knit front and back. And then I think it's just ribbing at the sleeves. So, yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
And her March to May knit along is kicked off.
Yeah. That's
so
double
double dip.
projects I
Yeah.
can double dip in.
Yeah.
The
you
shawl,
can double dip for our knit along. Put it in anybody else's that you want.
Yeah, go crazy.
Yep. Double dip meaning submit it for a prize on ours, submit it for a prize over there. Go crazy.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be nice. And I do think that it's going to, like, you can put a dark gray top on and dress that up.
Yes.
Or you can put it on with, like,
and that's going to be super comfortable.
I think
like,
so. Nice
just,
and like,
it feels so nice.
Yeah. So hopefully next week I have more to show you.
That's a lot. You've done a lot.
Yeah, but maybe I'll put it on a cord next week.
Don't. Not for what?
To show.
No. Well, like, don't make your life harder.
It's just that hard.
Okay.
This is the back.
Oh, wait. Do you want a cord? Is that what you mean? I thought you were going to change your cable for it.
No. I'm not going to change my cable. So this is the front right now. The front has what? Maybe an inch and a half.
Does that help?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
The front, we're at about 1.5 inches. And then at the back, we're here. What do we think that is? 4 inches?
Of stockinette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is maybe. Oh, and I'm knitting a size 4, which is a smaller size than I normally knit. But this is incredible. Can you check the ease on that?
Sure.
This is an incredibly oversized design. And when I knit the ones with the fluff, I think I will maybe knit 1 or 2 of them at a size 5, which will give me more ease. And I don't need every one that I knit to be the same, you know?
She says,
so this finishes at a 58.
She said, I think anywhere from 24 to 10 inches of positive ease works well. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at 58, I'm at 14.
Yeah.
And at 64, I'm at 20 on me. I have a 44-ish inch. Okay. Okay. Oh, is that better?
That's what.
Great. So maybe next week.
Yeah. You've done a lot.
Yeah. It is nice after all of the things that I've knit lately to just have a stockinette thing.
Yeah.
I really have not knit just stockinette. Not even the socks that I've made have been
Because
just
you convince
stockinette.
yourself that you don't like it, that it's boring.
Well, at some point in a week or two, I'll be on here complaining how boring it is.
I like to have a stockinette project because every once in a while you just need the, I can't think, and increase and
Right.
decrease
That might
and
have
stay
been
in
what
pattern.
led to my grumpy burnout last week.
Doing
Could
the
have
most
been.
of everything.
Right. Every single project required brain. Like my brain had to do something. So this is nice. I'm enjoying it. As every time I knit Mary's yarn, it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like
Mhm.
springy and it's very nice. I'm very happy
feels
with it.
Like,
Doesn't it feel
very
nice?
luxurious.
Does
All of
not-
her, I've never touched a yarn of hers that it didn't feel like.
If you just
really
handed this to
nice.
me, I'm not sure I would clock it as a non-superwash yarn. It's
Oh,
as soft, if not softer,
yes.
than knitting for olive.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's good.
It's very nice. Okay. Is that your last whip?
Correct.
Okay. What do you wanna talk about your spinning?
I can. I've been holding back spinning because turns out that I only really make one color of yarn, and we didn't want to confuse you guys when we were talking about the yarn jam.
I didn't bring any of my other spins. I just didn't think about it because it was completed.
Well,
you know.
I'll go quick. Okay.
No, not that. Just I have nothing to contribute to
Oh.
this. You can take as much time as you want. I'll bring it maybe next time.
This is really the color today.
Yeah.
All right, so these are spins that I've done in the last few weeks. The first thing that I did is I want to make hand spun socks. Oh, I should bring that. So I went to wound up fiber. Will you grab it?
Yeah. Just direct me.
Okay. Do you see the bins of fiber?
Yes.
The left pile, second one down, I can see it. It's right in the front. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, grab that. Okay. Hiya. So, I bought one of these. What is this? What are we calling this?
Sock something.
This is from Wound Up Fiber Arts.
You convinced me to buy it.
Well, Tori, you convinced me to buy it. Scrappy Sock Bundle Super Sock.
Mm-hmm.
It's $25. You don't choose. It comes with at least 10 different colorways smashed in a bag.
And
it's 4 to 4.5 ounces
Thank you.
in a bag. It's 90% superwash merino and 10% nylon. And then can you find Tori's sock?
which is a good deal because if you just buy their sock, you get less fiber.
Okay, so I saw these socks. Tori, you knit these socks, and I about fell off my chair.
They're adorable.
And this is what she said she did. She bought one of these packs, spun it up, and it looks like she split the
Like
bobbins into
Cools
like
and warms.
I did that too. But obviously, I don't think we had the same colorways, but I did a similar thing. I was following the instructions that were presented. And I made myself some sock yarn. So this is the first skein that I spun up, and superwash with nylon was a little bit of a challenge. If you really look at this, you'll see that it's not the most consistent thing that I've ever done. I think it's still perfectly usable for socks.
Yeah.
And if I didn't want to show you guys this in the hank, I probably would already have wound it up, but I did want to show it to you. This is what I did was, you're not going to meet people more extra than you're looking at right now.
It's fair.
So what I did was I bought 2 scrap bundles, and then I split them. I split both scrap bundles into 3 piles because it looked like 3 different vibes.
Okay.
There was a pink purple vibe, there was a blue green vibe, and there was like a orange yellow vibe. Split them up. And then I took pink purple and blue green, and I spun those into 2 bobbins. And then I made this. And then I sent this picture to my friends. And my friend said, I want that. If I buy fiber, can I pay you to do that? And I was like, in no world will that ever happen. Just like that. Don't want to do that.
That's not for us.
No.
I will pay somebody else to do it for you.
I don't want to do that. Please don't do that. But it just so happened that the person asking me had a birthday this week. So I messaged that person's daughter and I said, do not let your mother buy handspun sock yarn from anyone else. I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to make her own. So I did that. And
Do you have a picture of it?
I do. And by doing that, I realized that I improved greatly. So it was like a little bit of a challenge. It's a lot slipperier than what I had been spinning.
Because it's superwash 1 and then you add the nylon
I
2.
think so. I think that's what it was. But hold on.
Those two.
You guys, I've made so much purple yarn.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the 2 skeins of Seac yarn that I made
yarn.
from those 2 scrap bags.
Let me get closer because that doesn't look.
And I think you can tell the one closest to Renee is much more consistent, and the one closer to me is not as consistent, but it's more consistent in color. So I kept the less consistent spin, and I'm going to knit myself some socks. And then, as if that was not enough, I was like, well, now I need another scrap bag. So I bought this. And then,
I thought you bought 2 bags to begin with.
I did, but I spun them both to do this.
Oh, that's 2 bags.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was 1 bag.
No, it's
but
2
that
bags.
makes sense now.
Yeah. That's both bags.
Because you gave her 100 grams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I wanted another one.
Look how pretty that is. That's so pretty.
It's so pretty. And this was really a fun spin because it's quick.
So many color changes.
Quick color changes, different color changes.
Did you split those at all? Or did you just take that little nest and spin it from end to end?
That.
Okay.
And then I split them into 2 piles.
Let me show them. Do you mind if I open it?
Yeah, go for it. I split them into 2 piles and then I just randomly picked up from my
That's
pile.
fun.
And it was so much fun.
Because the fun part, if you knit with color changing yarn, the like little hit of dopamine you get when you get a new color, spinning is the same way. So you just grabbed this nest and spun from one end to the next.
Because if you look at it, this
Pretty
is not
thin.
yeah. You don't need to split this really.
Look how pretty these are, you guys. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at this one.
Uh-huh.
That's so fun.
Isn't it?
I am really glad I bought this. I was like, I have sock fiber in my stash.
Not like this.
No, it's all like blended together already.
And it will be a beautiful sock too, but it won't be this.
I'm in no rush to
Rainbow
spin
sock.
it, but I just needed to have the
I have to
option.
tell you, one day when you just need something like
Right,
quick and
right.
really fun,
Right.
I spun both bags, 2 skeins of sock yarn in like 36 hours. I could not stop.
Yeah, I bet. This looks like so much fun.
It's so much fun. So then I got sad when it was all spun up, so I bought another one. And then she just restocked her page again 2 days ago. So then I wanted like actual colorways.
Were they not there before?
They sell out real quick. The ones that I wanted were sold out.
Oh, the ones you wanted. Okay.
Because I went back deep down in that
I
page.
wish I still had my thing, what I had in my cart, and then I made myself back out of the cart and only
here.
got.
Here, you can see like the fiber turned into the yarn.
Yeah.
That's my background. If you ever see just a stockinette background on Instagram, that's my sweater I'm using. But I ordered 3 actual colorways from her just a couple days ago because I went through her page until I found a
Instagram?
skein that I liked, and I was like, "What is that colorway?
What colorway
Is it
was
for sale?"
I wish I knew the colorway that was in my cart because I backed it out.
Why did you back it out?
Because I was like, I don't need that much sock yarn. I just want to have it. I'm not even planning to spin it yet. I would just like it for on the day, when you walk into your fiber
This
and you're
is
like,
what I bought.
No, those weren't in my cart. Mine was like orange and blue.
Well, I can show them to you all spun up. Wound Up Fiber Arts. She's on Instagram.
I think mine was either Matter of Fact, this one, or Ranger. So hold on. Here's one. Isn't that pretty?
Yes. So this is one I bought. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Look at that.
Here's-
Okay.
That's Ranger.
That's pretty.
I love window shopping with you guys. Do you guys like window shopping with us?
Hope so, because you're getting it. And then I bought this one. Look at that.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Uh-huh. And what was the other one? Beautiful Mess. I don't know where that one is right off the top of my head.
That's okay.
But listen.
They're all gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're a spinner and you want to spin sock yarn.
Was that a 2-ply?
This is a 2-ply.
Fingering?
Fingering.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this one's not, I don't know. This one's all over the
yeah.
place. But that second one that I spun was pretty consistently a 2-ply.
You know what
I mean a fingering.
You know what I should do is spin the consistently colored one first. Like spin a different sock fiber first.
Why?
I don't know. As it was coming out of my mouth, because I was like, it's possibly not even the same kind of fiber.
Right.
Like it could be superwash, some other kind of wool.
It also could be a different percentage. Anything could be different.
That's fair. Okay. Disregard.
I say you just go with the vibes. But I did make this sock
So
yarn,
pretty.
and I want to make this sock very badly.
Okay. Do it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one thing I spun.
Sock yarn.
And then, do you guys remember the day that I was like, I don't even like this color I'm spinning? Well, apparently, the only color I like to spin is pink and blue, and that makes purple. And I can make some purple yarn.
Hold up the yarns that are on this table.
You
And
guys.
this one.
Well, I haven't
Okay.
shown them this yet. But
That's okay. Look it.
this is the yarn I make. This is all different braids of yarn that I've turned into the
Wait,
same
where's
color
your-
yarn.
Where's your that thing?
You guys.
And she keeps picking it and she's like, this is different. This will be different.
I have made so many purple
So
yarns.
funny.
Okay, well, let's talk about this one. I made this yarn too. This is a braid from Three Waters. It is a Corriedale. I took it to work to try to convince one of my coworkers that she would like to spin. I took my spinning wheel and this braid of fiber to work. And I tried to set it up on a couch. The kind of couch where every seat reclines. And then I tried to just hunch over the couch and do all of my fancy moves. And it turns out, as it would, that if the spinning wheel is not level, the spinning wheel is not happy. It was not happy. It was not doing any of the things it was supposed to do because it was tilted on this couch. And it tilted just far enough that it sucked the whole braid of fiber up into it. Look at it. I bet you can't even tell where the spinning wheel is because that fiber is wrapped around it 15 different ways. And then I looked at my friend and I was like, does that convince you? Do you want to do it so bad?
She had a very authentic experience.
She did. She did. That's exactly how trying to spin goes. I didn't convince her. We're going to have to work on it another time. But then since this fiber was already on the wheel, I just spun it up into a 2-ply. So there it is.
Mm-hmm. Where'd that come from?
Three Waters.
Okay.
On Etsy, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my other purple yarn. So one day I did decide I'm spinning a yarn that is not purple. There will be no pink and no blue in it. Sorry.
They're not going to like that either.
Sorry.
She's like, I'm sorry.
So I grabbed a braid that had no pink and no blue. And I did make yarn that is not purple. But I wasn't happy doing it because they're not my colors. But I made this yarn. My goal spinning this was to see if I could spin a heavier weight yarn. Like I was trying to spin a little bit thicker singles to get a heavier weight as a result.
What did you want the finished weight to be?
Worsted.
Worsted.
And I think some parts are worsted, but it's not a great spin. It's not super consistent. To be completely honest, I can't tell you if it's just that I don't like these colors or that I didn't do a good job spinning it, but
You know what's so funny is that we would look at that 2 months ago and be like, oh my God, you made
I know.
and
I
you're
did
like,
make
"It's
yarn.
not a great
and
spin."
it's not though. Look,
Well, you were trying something new. It's
Right.
not going to be perfect.
I was trying something new. This also had silk in it, which I'm not certain that I've ever spun with silk before.
And also, grabbing silk and being like, "I'm going to make you thicker."
I know.
That's
I know.
that's a choice because it's slipperier, so it automatically wants to get thinner. I think, in my opinion.
So I now have this not purple yarn.
That's right.
I accomplished a goal,
Yes.
and it is thicker, but some parts are really thick, and some parts I don't know. It's fine. I think it's gonna be a hat.
Okay. For who?
I don't know. It's just gonna be a hat.
Okay.
When the hat gets born, we'll decide who it belongs to.
Okay.
This is a braid from the La Mercerie monthly club.
Mm-hmm.
It was the February braid, and it's from Long Dog Yarn. Am I right?
That's right.
Okay. And it is objectively, it is beautiful. It's just not my colors.
It was like
I
getting
know.
loose.
I know. I have to tell you that the hanking of the yarn is not my strongest suit.
No?
I don't think. I actually don't think that I do a good job winding it in any way. Like sometimes after I put it on the nitty naughty and then I give it a bath.
So much better.
Okay.
Am I making you? I just have to. I tried to fix it halfway. I'm just
Okay.
gonna fix it.
Okay, but listen, because I need your opinion.
Okay.
So I put it on the nitty naughty.
Yeah.
And then I tie the strings. Okay?
Yeah.
You see them?
Yes.
I tied them.
Yes.
And then I wash it.
Yes.
But then when it comes out of the wash, they're not all the same length. Why isn't it all the same length? Is yours?
What?
These loops? Like, look, what? Why the loops are
Yeah.
wrong?
No, I get that because as it piles up on the nitty naughty and it's under tension, some has to be shorter.
I dislike that.
Well, you could re-hank it again.
Don't want to do that either.
I know,
want you to
but
give me
yeah.
an option that fixes it from the jump, from the get-go.
They're not terribly. Like, there's a few, and sometimes snapping it will get those back into place for me. Is that better? A little bit.
A little bit. I want it to be, you know what? I want it to be perfect. Look, see? Here, let me show you. See this?
Yeah.
This is not great.
Is that one washed yet?
Yes. See? Do you see how messy it looks?
There you go. Hey, I just ADHD'd out so hard. We were in the middle of a podcast and I was like, cannot move on until I fix hank of yarn. Okay.
All right,
That's
fix
better.
this one now.
Isn't that better?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. I'm your girl. I gotcha.
Okay.
Wow, this one is so much less stretchy than that one. Like, that one had a lot of give. Wonder why.
Is it
What
the
is
fiber?
this?
That's Corydale.
Maybe.
This is Ramble and Silk, I think.
Maybe.
Anyhow, that's all the spinning that I've been doing lately.
Anyhow.
I've made a lot of purple yarn and one very earthy looking yarn.
You like my hook?
Yeah.
It's my toe.
Actually, I do like that. Maybe I'll adopt that strategy.
That one's looser.
Because I try to use my chin to do it. I twist and then and it never works out that good.
Okay. What else have you acquired?
Well, we got our sock squad in for the month. Do you want to talk
Yes.
about that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
really excited about this one. This is the base that I wanted to try because I wanted to try the BFL. This is the Rocky Mountain Pearls. It's 75% superwash blue face Leicester wool, 25% nylon. You have 100 grams for 464 yards. The mini's 92 yards for 20 grams. The colorway is called Rooted Earth. Yeah, they
nail those
They
inspirations.
do.
I mean, that is right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Neither of us have done anything with it yet.
I'm too busy hyperfixating on a double chofla.
I I get it. This is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's very pretty.
It's gorgeous. Look at that. Speaking right to my neutral brown heart.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I need to take pictures of it with my journal. So do I. Before I do anything.
I've been
Blank
a little
journal.
bit of I haven't gotten a lot done. 2 days with a sore mouth really is puts you
gotten a lot
behind.
done. You started a project. You started 2 projects. Spun yarn. You've done a lot.
Well, not in the case of I haven't done this. I haven't done my February
Or
journal
4 days
entry.
into the month. You have time. You're acting like it's like the 15th. Hey, we are recording on Wednesday. So you are watching this one day, which is a really tight turn for us. We had to move things around because of things happening in my life and things happening in Rachel's life. But I want to say happy birthday to Kate of the Knitting Posse.
Oh, happy
Today is
birthday,
her
Kate.
actual birthday. So
Yes.
very happy birthday to you. Yeah. I hope you have a great trip around the sun this coming year with lots of adventures and good health.
Yeah.
Okay, what have I acquired? Little Fiber Co. had a pre-order open up, and this was part of the pre-order, but it came really quickly.
It must not. Maybe it wasn't a pre-order. Maybe you got lucky and got some that was in stock before she had to start.
Dying.
Yeah.
The Seasons Club is what it's called. And you get 6 mini bundles of fiber in this beautiful, thank you, in this beautiful rainbow colorway. This is
Renee's version of a rainbow.
I love it. I love that so much. So I got, this is, each one of these little bundles is a half an ounce. So in each packet you get 3 ounces. This is Rambouillet. This is Cormo and Rose. Remember when we were talking about the rose fiber and like the different plant fibers? And if you look at that one, the rose looks like
Silk.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how that would spin. And I think I'm going to gradient. However I spin this, whether it ends up being a 2 or a 3 ply, I want to try to keep it so that it will shift the color all the way through the project, because I'm thinking about making Tori use Creativity Shawl with this. Our friend Tashi made one, and their like contrast color felt like
a chain ply, I think.
Yeah, I don't want a chain ply.
You don't have to.
Yeah. But
do you think that you'll use all of this fiber for that? Because that's a lot of fiber. Do you think only one of the packs?
I don't know.
It's 200 yards for the contrast color.
I could get that out of one.
I think.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fast.
And then you'd have a whole nother one.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do the rose. Just cause. And it's pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So this is like, yeah, there you can see the colors. Oh,
Garnet.
So pretty.
Garnet, rosewood, mocha, balsam, fog, winterberry.
And on this one, mocha and balsam are flipped. Is that right?
No.
Some mocha. Oh, yeah.
I went the other direction than you're reading it.
Oh, okay.
I started at red.
Okay. I was looking on there, so it didn't look like you started the other direction. Got it. That's one of my acquisitions.
Okay.
I think that's my only acquisition not in-person based. I couldn't.
All I have is in
I do not need any more fiber. For a person that has been spinning for 3 months, I have too much fiber. However, I could not resist this like muted little partial rainbow. Doesn't have orange. It doesn't have yellow, which aren't my favorite colors. Orange and yellow. Yeah, I don't think so. So, love. Okay.
You want to talk about this weekend then?
Yes.
Let's go.
This past weekend, on February 28th, our local yarn store, Moon and Yarn Craft Room, hosted they opened the shop doors for the day, and 50% of their sales they were donating to Ross Farm and Boss Mare Shearing. And
to support the rebuilding efforts after the fire. You guys remember we talked about the fire at the beginning of February.
Yeah. Now, when we were at Maryland Sheep and Wool last year, we were introduced to Amy Ross Mango who's the owner of Ross Farms, through a subscriber and friend here of the channel. And while we were standing at Amy's booth, somebody tapped us on the shoulder, and it was Bree, the owner of
Moon and Yarn.
Yeah. So that was like a cool moment of like, oh, hey, they have a farm right down the road from us. You're a local yarn store.
Yeah.
And like could chat and hang out for a moment before we all went in our separate directions.
She did not reach out to us. She reached out to Amy
Correct.
and offered to host a fundraiser. We reached out to Bree and offered to help because I didn't realize that Bree had like a helper in the store. She hired someone to help.
One very recently.
Yes. As far as we knew, and as far as it's ever been, Bree is the employee at the shop. Like she does everything. And so we were hoping that she would have such a successful day that she would need helpers. So we just offered to be there for whatever. We handed out chairs to people who needed them and helped some people shop for yarn and just whatever. We didn't care. We were just going to show up and do
Just
whatever
boss
she
us
needed.
around, whatever you need. We
Yeah.
offered it to her and Lauren, her employee.
Yes. So, so we showed up and there was a line outside. It was so cool.
It was so cool.
And Amy was able to come. Melinda, who is Boss Mare Shearing, was able to come.
Yep.
They brought baby lambs, Phoenix and Ashes. They're 2 new lambs.
I want to show
That
you
was
guys
so
a
cool.
picture.
They're 2 Hog Island lambs, neutered males, which they
Wethers.
call wethers. Oh my gosh, you guys. They were the cutest. They were like lambs don't just walk places. They kind of like hop.
Yeah.
They were like
They call
hopping
it
around.
popcorn hopping.
And then they were making all their little lamb noises.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
They were so cute.
Hey, and I always say the yarn store, in my opinion, is one of the happiest places. It's colorful. You can touch things. It's just happy. It's happy.
Yeah.
Especially Breeze. And add baby sheep.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
happier.
Yeah.
Really.
It was a very nice day. There were a lot of people, a lot of our friends in the local fiber community were there. We met more people in the local fiber community. Bree has an incredible
Community.
clientele, or yes.
Yeah.
Everyone came out. Everyone hung out, knit. Bree ordered us lunch. We had a great time.
Yes.
Really,
Really.
really.
We were
great
supposed to stay
time.
until 1. We left well past 3.
Right.
And only I had to go somewhere. It would have been very easy just to stay.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
comfortable in there. People, so there's like, the store is 2 rooms, but on the second side, the second room has like a long, it's almost like a conference table with chairs around it that people just knit and craft and sit and hang out. And then there's like chairs and a couch that people are like all crafting around. People were beading.
So cool.
It was really cool.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey Rivera got to be there in person, which was awesome. We got to give her a Nana hug. Callie from Sweater Weather Fibers was there. Cheryl from
Chronicles of Cheryl.
Yep.
We saw-
Zuri from the Pear Maiden.
We saw Becky from the Oakmont Yarn Collaborative.
Yes.
So many. It was so cool.
Michelle. The woman, remember when we talked about when we were at PA Sheep and Wool, she came in her ranunculus that was still on cords because she hadn't finished. She came in with her daughter and she was like, hey, I did finish it. And I was like, that was so cool. I thought that was so cool that you didn't finish it, but still wanted to wear it. And you did. You just threw it on cords. Our friend, I don't know if it's Tamara or Tamara. Tamara?
I don't know either.
Drove in from Ohio. We saw a ton of people.
Yes. Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, one more shout out. Deb and Denise from Buffalo, New York. They came all the way from Buffalo with all the vibes.
Yeah.
Deb walked in and she was like, the Buffalo girls made it. I was like, oh, this is so fun. And Amy posted after the event and she said that she has never had a day like that.
Oh.
That it was.
Wait, Amy?
Yes.
Oh, Amy Ross.
Yes.
Okay. The Buffalo ladies also stopped at Hank's in Erie on the way in one direction or the other.
Oh.
So I was thinking that Amy.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Amy Ross said that she hasn't had a day of just like,
Good.
right.
Yeah.
And to see Melinda happy
Yeah.
in being there as
Yeah,
well.
it was very nice.
It was so nice to hug them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It made me really, really happy and
And it was
hopeful
nice
about
to
our
just-
community.
So often when we see all of those people, we're all working in some manner. It's usually at like a festival or the Pea Sheep and Wool, and you don't get to just sit down and talk.
Right.
Like I was sitting down at one point and I was like, okay, I have questions for you. And I asked Melinda all my questions. And then I was like, okay, Stacey, I got questions for you. Like it was nice to just be able to hang out.
I know. And
Even
I feel
though
like
we were supposed to be working, I told Brie, I'm like, I don't know how much we did.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I know.
At some point in the day, I forgot that I was working and I just started hanging out.
Ruth was there, and it was fun to be able to say like, "Oh, you know, Ruth,
Yeah,
who
this
we
is
talk
the
about
Ruth.
all the time. This is
Yeah.
Ruth." Kayla and Karen, two of our friends,
Our other friend, Kayla.
and her partner Alex. It was
Yes.
just, it was so nice.
Yeah.
And some people left and said, "I don't even think I said goodbye. I got really distracted by
people.
fill in the blank."
A lot
and
of
I was
people.
like, "It's okay.
It's fine because we also get distracted.
So we got to shop with you guys and pick out some yarn for your projects for Spring Centric.
That's cool.
It's so cool. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great day.
And I did some shopping. Did you do some shopping?
I did, but also how much money were they able to raise?
Over $7,000 was donated to Ross Farm, which is incredible because they are, I mean, they have to rebuild that whole barn,
Mm-hmm.
all that equipment, the whole flock.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is quite the rebuilding effort.
Yes.
So I thought that was great.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Bree said that it was record-breaking sales.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got some fiber from Stacy Rivera, who is River Rat Yarns. We talk about her all the time. And I had just texted her not a week earlier and been like, Stacy, I have too much fiber. And I showed her all the pictures. I'm like, I can't buy any more fiber. And then she brought this huge tote in and I was like, I know I just said that I couldn't do this.
Did you
but
send it to her separately?
I'm-
Like not on our group text?
Yes.
Because I sent her a similar one. And I was
Yes.
like, I don't know what happened. It got out of control really quickly.
Yeah,
She's
and-
probably like, is this the same person texting me?
Yes.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 4 braids of fiber. I got this one.
Mm.
This is Merino Targhee farm carded. It even says some vegetable matter. It's Geo Jedi. It's like the fluffiest.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, I got this one. That's the first one I got.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh,
And then you guys are going to be like, Rachel, no wonder you spin purple yarn because you only buy red, blue, and purple fiber. But I can't help it. The heart wants what it wants.
yeah. Who cares?
I got this one. This is Ramble Comb Top
Gorgeous.
Cowgirl.
Love it.
Oh. I got this one. Ramble Comb Top Bramble.
That's pretty.
I know.
That's gorgeous.
Okay, but look at this. Huh? Huh? She's getting somewhere. Ramble Comb Top Minx. And I actually think that this will
That'll be
very-
pretty.
I only think that because Stacy suggested it,
Hey,
but she's right.
That could go with it too. Switch me the blue one. These could also go like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Or this could go like this too.
Yes.
Okay, so this, it just feels so
It
good.
really does. It does.
It does.
It's gorgeous.
Yes. So this is what I got.
Those Stacey, I have too much fiber. I can't. Here, I'll take all of this home.
I picked this one up and Amy was like, that was the one I was looking at. And I was like, you can buy it. In fact, I'll buy it for you if you want. But I think maybe Amy also has a lot of fiber. But I had these, I called dibs on these very early in the day. So that's my haul. That's my haul from Moon and Yarn. What'd you get?
I shopped in like the first 5 minutes of being there of just like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. And then,
You also called dibs.
yes, I walked in and I saw this book. And this was in my, I almost pre-ordered this book It's a Lina. It's 52 weeks of sweaters, you guys. I almost pre-ordered
People are
this.
going nuts over that book.
Really?
Yes.
I almost ordered this, and the shipping was going to be as much as the book. So this book I paid $50 to $49 US, and it was almost going to cost me $100. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I can just wait. Bree stocks these books. Hopefully she'll have it.
The shipping on those is always a little bit.
Right.
You got to get it from a US
supplier.
Yeah.
So, and I was very happy to buy it there from her during a, look at this. You guys, even just flipping through it, look at that one. Look at that. Try not to put the pattern in. They're so pretty. Look
And
at the texture.
That
on this one.
is a value.
It's
52
sweater patterns for $50. That's wild.
And it's a beautiful book. Just to like, if you're into displaying your books, it's beautiful.
I've been flipping through this, and it separates them into these categories. Monochromatic sweaters, so just like all one color. Colorworks and stripes, cables and lace. Then there's a best and slipovers section, and then cardigans. And I just, yeah, I think I can make a lot of things out of this. I'm going to force myself to do it. But there's a lot that I would say like, ooh, I would, look at that.
Yeah.
The Feldberg. Oh, so cute. Yeah, so this was my first buy. This just came out too, right?
Yeah. It was, I think, not quite out yet when we were at Vogue.
Correct.
Am I right?
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
When we walked in, there were only 2 or 3 copies of that. And Kayla was like, that book's going to sell out today. Like, people were nuts about it.
No, I walked in and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
going to set one of these aside for myself right now because I want it. Gorgeous. And then our friend Kayla was wearing, can you find that pattern of hers? Or a picture, of the 4 of us?
Yeah.
She was wearing
yeah.
a traveler hoodie that is, she held a cream wool. She used good wool from
Pro Soho.
Thank you. And she held this Rico Make It Tweed with her cream wool and got that like rainbowy. She sent us pictures of it as she made it. And I was like, that's pretty. And then I saw it in person and I was like,
color
that's
1.
even prettier. It made just a cream or white yarn.
With like rainbow tweeds.
So I grabbed 3 balls of that. Oh, and we saw Mowry too. Okay, yeah. All right. Wait, I want to find a picture of, hold on, here's Bree. This is the store owner. Look how cute with the baby sheep. Wait, I want to show you a video of the baby running around. Okay.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. When I had those on Chief, he figured out how to.
They were just free roaming around the yarn store, nibbling on stuff. They were so cute.
They were so
Melinda
cute.
was following them around going, don't eat that. Don't put your mouth on that.
There was a tablecloth on a table and they were into it. Into the tablecloth.
They were so cute. And Amy taught us that if you wanted to go see other hog islands in person, you would have to drive down to Mount Vernon to see
Oh.
them. Yeah, Amy is so like well-versed.
Knowledgeable.
Oh my gosh, she's so intelligent. And
She-
the way that she can,
Especially in her field. I think Amy is the expert. When you're talking rare heritage breed sheep, like she is the one that you would go to.
yeah. So it's, I feel, like a gift just to be around
Yeah.
Amy and her knowledge. So to hang out with them
It was such
and
a
to
good
share
day.
time and
What a good
space.
day.
It was. It really was. Actually, I think that helped bring me out of my February funk.
Me too. Me too.
And when you're at a yarn festival, which is where we usually see those people, half of them are working. So you're like, I want to stay and talk to you, but actually I don't want to like be in your
Right.
way, or if people want to talk to you about
Right.
your products or trying to get to the register. So I always feel like, oh, I want to hang out with you, but
Right.
also I don't want to be rude. So this was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was great. So thank you, Bree, for organizing that. And I think
was
that was such
awesome.
a great success.
I want to do it every year. You don't have to have a fundraiser, but just have a day and we'll all show up.
Yeah,
Do
that
it every
was
year.
so cool.
Especially in February. Whew, we needed it. It
I
was
agree.
even,
Yeah.
it was like everything knew we needed it. The weather was good. It was warm. It was sunny. We were at the yarn shop with our friends.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Food showed up. People had coffees delivered. There were baked goods being offered.
it was so good.
Yeah,
It was so good.
that was awesome. Yeah. What else do we have? Is that
Well,
it?
we talked about the makealong.
Yep. That we will be at Yarncentric from 9. Does it
9
start
to
at 9?
1.
9 to 1.
On May 1st, get a ticket.
Yep.
Come see us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the weekend of Maryland Sheep and Wool.
I
Highly recommend you go there.
Guys, I'm doing a very Renee thing, which is analysis paralysis. I cannot decide what I want to cast on for the spring centric make along, but I am hyper fixating on it all the time, just not making a decision because I'm afraid I'm going to make the wrong decision.
Well, you have 2 months and you can bust out a shirt in 2 weeks.
Especially
so you
like
have
a tank or a tee.
You have plenty of time.
And I think yeah.
It actually, for the channel, is probably nice. I'll talk about mine and then we won't just not talk about anything for a month. You can talk about yours.
Hey, and I am like waiting, thinking there is a tier tank coming out
There is.
that I
And
haven't.
it did. And then you flinched and
No,
you missed it.
that I haven't seen yet. There's going to be a tier tank, and I'm going to be like, "That's what I've been waiting on. That one."
Okay.
Wait, come on, give it to me. You got it.
It's coming.
There's so
It'll
many
be
that
here
I want to make
any day.
Okay, yeah. That's what we have.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, you did great.
Thank you.
You really did.
Thanks.
And I feel like maybe your Tylenol kicked in as it went on.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it did. Although it's not the greatest. It's not the best day.
Wow.
But now we get to go do our project again, which I heard my husband come home, which means those buckets are here.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun.
That will be fun.
Okay. So next week, you will join us for episode 50 of the Table 10 podcast, which is so cool. We should do
That
like
is
something
so
special.
cool. What are we
Oh,
gonna do?
we have so much to do. We have so much else already to do. Rachel's a list of, after we do this, we still have to do 3 more big tasks.
I texted her yesterday. Well, I tried to call her and she did not answer. So I texted and said, when you get a minute, call me. Keyword schedule. Because you know when someone's like, oh, what did you need? And you're like,
Right.
So
Right.
when she called, I was like, we have 4 things and we really need to do them in one day. And typically we average 1 thing a day. Like if we get 1 thing done, that's an accomplishment for us. We don't have like huge chunks of time. We're a little lucky today. I couldn't go to work because of this tooth. So otherwise I would have to be at work a half an hour ago and we would have gotten no things done today. But since I don't have to go to work, I think we're going to get 4 things done. That's a lot.
I don't know.
Why?
I have to pick up a child.
And bring her back.
And then I have to get into the city. Because, guys, listen, while we were at that yarn event, I messaged my friend Ruth. I know that Ruth has a friend who uses donated stuffed animals and she takes them all apart, takes the filling out, cleans them, and then as a part of like schooling in their school district, either she or another teacher gives them back to the children to help them learn to sew, and they get to like Frankenstein an animal. Like they can take this head and this arm and this tail, put them together and use the stuffing. And they're always looking for donations. Well, do I have the stuffy house for you? My husband and the children went through and ranked their stuffies.
Oh.
So I have 4 huge garbage bags of basically brand new stuffed animals that I messaged Ruth and I was like, hey, will you be at the event? Because I have these stuffies for you.
Oh.
She's like, yes, I'll see you there. Great. Ruth's like, I'm leaving. I was like, well, let me walk out with you and get you those stuffies. Walk to the car. I drove me and Rachel there. I even messaged my husband while I was in the yarn store and said, hey, just to confirm, the stuffies are in the van. He said, yes, lots of stuffies in the van. I'm paraphrasing. Go out to the van, pop the trunk. No stuffies. Empty. I looked at Ruth. I'm pretty sure I just blinked at her. I was like, I'm so sorry, Ruth. How do I get you these stuffies? Now I'm nervous because my husband will throw them away.
Yeah.
He just wants them gone. So she said she was going to be in the city tonight. So I'm going to go meet her in the city to pass off those stuffies. So I need to do that tonight.
Okay.
But also while we were there at the event, my car got sideswiped.
Oh yeah, whatever happened with that?
I have to call the insurance still.
What did your husband say?
He said, really?
It
You
did.
weren't in the car and you didn't do that? Somebody just swiped you? And I had to show him the pictures. I was like, it happened there.
It did.
And I parked the car. We were parked street parking. And I was the
understand how
last.
it happened.
I know.
I think I do know. My brain. I think they were pulling out and
What-
swiped you.
Out
Not
from
in.
what?
That parking lot to the right. They couldn't have swiped it pulling into the
You
parking
think
lot.
they swiped it?
Coming out. I think they turned too sharp.
That's not a good driver.
Well, correct.
But they didn't stop and say anything. So now
No,
I have to get my car.
I'll be your eyewitness. I witnessed it with my eyes.
I took pictures and okay, so I parked the car and I said, Rachel, I used to live in the city. So I'm very like cognizant of being right up on the curb because you would get your like mirrors knocked sometimes, even if they were tucked in.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's not known for great infrastructure and like
We
roads
don't have
that
wide
make
streets.
sense.
No. So I got back into my car and like got it up into that curb even closer.
You guys, I was trying to signal her and she kept hitting the curb and I'm like, can't she see me? She was like, I could see your elbow.
I could see this much of her and I could tell that her elbow was moving,
I
but
was like,
the curb was so much higher than the car that
okay. I was like,
But
why
I
does she
got it,
keep
like,
going.
I got it like
Yeah,
scooting,
right up in there.
and they still hit the front left corner of my car pretty good. Like it cracked that body of it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
big black streaks.
Blue, but yes,
Oh, well,
black and
dark.
blue. Yeah, blue paint, but when they crunched my paint off, that the under part of that is black. So I need to take care of that.
Ew, that's
I'll
gross.
put it on my-
Dislike.
I know.
That's that.
Call insurance. I'm going to do it, and then he's going to ask me questions, and I'm going to say, I don't know, this is how I did it. Would you like to do it? And he'll say yes.
Oh,
And
but
then
you
he'll
have
do
to do
it.
it first.
No, I don't have to, but I will. Because
Oh.
I feel like I'm the one that drove the car to the house that day. He's going to be like, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah.
And it's just enough. If it was like a little scratch, I'd be like, that's fine. I can
No,
live with
it's
it.
significant.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well, it's time to go wash some wool.
yeah, we're going to go scour Yahtzee. We're going to give her a little bath. Yeah, that's it for this week's episode of the Tabletime Podcast. We'll see you next week for episode 50. Rachel, where can people find us?
You can find us here on YouTube Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. You can find us on Instagram, Tabletempod. Or if you'd like to find individually us, you can find us TikTok, Ravelry, and Instagram. Renee at Table 10, Rachel at Table 10. No spaces. Join the Ravelry group for the makealong. Tag us if you post it on the Instagram. Comment, like, subscribe.
The Ravelry group is Table 10 Knitting Podcast Regulars.
Anyone want to guess who used all those words? She did so good.
The hashtag is hashtag spring centric
With a K.
MAL.
Yes. You know what we should do is post that artwork maybe in the group so people can see it. And
That would be a great
that's
idea.
a good idea.
Yeah.
You have to do that because I didn't pay the $1 to post things on just the Ravelry.
Oh. Okay. Let me write that down. Okay.
I could just pay the $1, but
Yeah.
the $1's already been paid, so.
Okay. Post artwork to Rav. Okay.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.